Hey, what's up, guys? This is Evan for Grips.com coming at you with yet another video. And today we're going to do something new. I've been getting a lot of requests from people to do a bankroll challenge. Start with a small bankroll, see if I can build it up, show you guys how it's done. I can't guarantee that I'm going to succeed, but I can guarantee I'm at least going to try. So as you can see, my balance at Partypoker is $100. I just made that deposit, and I've no active bonus, no points, so I'm not going to be able to build as quickly as I would if it was my first deposit ever on a new site and I got a deposit bonus, but that's all right. I'm confident in my abilities to beat these low stakes games and build it up. So I'm going to I'm going to play a fairly aggressive bankroll management with this $100 because I want to build it up as quickly as possible. So I'm probably going to go straight to 5 cent, 10 cent. So I'm kind of new at this whole party poker thing. Don't really play there much. I wish I could make this bigger. What? Okay. I'm just going to take the first 4 tables. I see. Uh, Damn. All right. What? Come on, party poker. Wow. And this is why I don't play at party poker. But for the sake of the video and the challenge, I can't really think of a better place to try it than party poker. Party poker was the wait for BB. Party poker was the first real money poker site, the biggest. Damn, I missed a seat. And back in the day, games were real good at party. There was a lot of money to be made playing at party poker. Then everyone actually learned the rules of the game, and then a flush beats a straight, and things changed a little bit. But I've been told that the games are still pretty good here. Wait for BB, post BB. Yes. Okay, so we'll just get one more table. All right, we are off to the races. We are ready to go. So I do have Hold'em Manager running, and hopefully that will pick up in a bit and come into play because it's obviously a lot easier to make good decisions when I have more information. But if I have to play without it, that's okay. I'm just going to try to pay attention to everyone, identify who the biggest crabs are, and take advantage. So starting at 5 cent, 10 cent, my goal in this challenge will be to get to 510 no limit over however long it takes. And that's kind of going from the bottom of the pyramid almost to the top of Party Poker. Highest games that run here are 510. And looks like I'm 3-betting already. Ace King. Let's go. All right. Up 60 cents. Building. And I get a nice congratulations. Isn't that sweet? Uh, for those of you who play on Party Poker, you can turn it off. These guys used to have the worst software ever. It's just like so hood. But those were the days when didn't matter. Almost everyone had shitty software. Now everything's all custom and pretty and whatever. Not like the glory days. Software sucked, players sucked, money didn't suck. Over under in 50-minute video, I get 70 of those. Congratulations, thanks. Place your bets. um, so yeah, something cool about Party Poker. The biggest games they have are 5-10. So if you're the kind of player who has a bad habit maybe of playing after the bar sometimes, Party Poker, and you've amassed a big bankroll, whether by grinding it up or scoring in a tournament, at Party Poker, your money's probably much safer than on the other sites because you can't play as big. Um, that on its own is not enough reason to justify playing here, but it's one of the things that they offer. Um, Given that we're on such a short roll, I'm not going to be trying to do anything too fancy. So on table one, didn't catch a piece, just going to throw the hand away. I know you guys have seen me make some different, more aggressive plays in other videos, and it's fine. They're profitable. They're good plays, but they're higher variance than not making the plays. So when they don't work out, I'm going to experience some negative variance. When they do work out, I'll experience some positive variance, whatever. But to be able to withstand that variance, I need to have a strong enough bankroll. And in this case, I'm playing on 10 buy-ins, so I don't really want to be taking those close spots where there might be a more profitable play, but it involves a good amount of risk. And if it backfires, it's catastrophic for my challenge. So I think I'll probably do the challenge like once per week, maybe twice per week. It's probably going to take me a while to get up to 510, but as long as I don't go bust, then it's all good. Okay, fold these hands to 3 bets, fold these hands to 3 bets, fold these hands to 3 bets. And one cool thing is that as the challenge goes on, I'm going to get to know who the regs are and make some labels so that I can start doing some game selection. That'll be fun because I'm probably not on the best games right now. Damn. Got queen fived. See, but on table one, I minimize my investment even though I lose the pot to, a bullshit hand. But I only lose 30 cents to that bullshit hand. I didn't try to bluff at it and lose like a whole dollar or $2 because then I probably would have been really upset. And that's not good. That's how you start tilting. Hmm. Table 3 I'd like to play. Table 2 I'd like to play too, but gonna follow the triple threat position, selection, aggression. I want to have all 3 as often as possible. And there, uh, I just didn't have the trifecta. This kicks is definitely getting raised on the button it folded too. got to be very patient at in these games. People are playing loose and spewy and definitely giving their money away. Um, but you have to wait for the right time to be able to take it. It's going to be frustrating to see these guys who are playing really bad running good and winning in the short run. But at the end of the day, they will give it away, and it's just your job to be there when it happens. Try to get another game because it looks like this one broke. Ooh, another congratulations. What you know about it? Yeah, like I've gotten the comments, questions from people about, what do you do when a guy's just playing so bad but he's winning? Well, you just wait him out. If a guy is really playing terribly, he's not going to be able to win over an extended period of time. So you just got to wait him out. And eventually he won't run good when it matters, and you'll take everything. See, as long as you have enough money behind to keep playing with these guys and withstand the variance that they're exposing you to, you'll win. At the end of the day, they will lose and you will win. And the figure of speech, it might take an hour, might take a day, it might take a week until you actually get the best of that guy. But you will. You will get him or her, so long as you have the money behind to continue playing and taking whatever variance they throw at you. All right. We got us today, and I don't think these games are as aggressive as the higher stakes ones. So even though this is a good board to bluff raise, I don't think I'm going to be running into that. I think if I get raised, it'll be a real hand. So it'll be worth continuing unless the price is really high. Yep. And 4-1 immediate. Pretty clear what to do here. Not. Looks like we're going to get some money, boys and girls. Yeah, bro. 10? Scared 10? Let's see if I put 180 in there. If I do 150, he'll have 650. I'm going to do 180 so that if he calls, it's slightly less than a pot size bet behind. Yeah, 7 in the middle and he's got 6. Not the biggest fan of that river. Please don't front shove. Please don't front shove. Please don't front shove. I might have had a fold if he just bet out there. River could be pretty scary for him too if he has like a 10, but that's why I'm just not going to bet all of his chips. And if he has like 2 pair or something, it's going to be pretty hard for him to fold. He got such mix. He got such mix. And he had the top pair. Well played, sir. Well played. I'd say we played that hand pretty fucking good. What do you guys think? Not. These pairs. I'm going to call with the 3s against the guy who's deep. Against the guy who's 4xing it, I'm just going to fold. And against the guy who's donking, I'm going to raise a little bit. Just to build that pot. Actually, based on stacks on table 1, calling would have been fine too. Definitely, because by the river we were going to have a pot size bet or so. if he kept donking. And also when he's betting a third pot, he probably has a pretty weak hand, and I have a pretty comfortable hand that is very unlikely to get outdrawn. Yeah, small mistake. Oh, so I'll bet one check two on table four. This guy seems to be some sort of rag, some sort of laggy rag. So he's probably check calling me with some hand with showdown value, either an ace high or a small pair. Um, so I guess I could probably get him off it. He's check calling a jack, he's not folding it. Um, I just don't know. I just don't know enough about him yet. I'm gonna give up. Check call two streets with ace high. Ambitious. I mean, I guess maybe I should have fired three, but I don't know. He might have called three. It's really hard to gauge these randoms, but it's all about just getting that information. So perfect time. Check calls, two streets, A high, BVB, blind versus blind on J22T9. Boom. Got an out. So now I know to not just start bluffing in that spot. Maybe just try to take my hand to showdown. And here we go again. So if he's check calling with ace high on the jack deuce deuce board, he's probably check calling fairly light on the 5-4-9 board. So I can go ahead and value bet these pocket sixes. No call, bro. Why no call? Come on. Should have paid me off on that one. Ooh, what's this? Party poker has Zoom poker? Fast forward poker is here. So, you guys might be in for a treat. Oh, it's beta test. Whatever. Just want to see. Forward fold. That's pretty good. I'm intrigued. Um, next time, next time I'll just four table supersonic fast forward poker because wow, it's really fast. Whoa. Um, yeah, yeah. Next time I will just four table the speed poker because it's very quick. It's probably pretty soft, and we'll get way more hands in, so more interesting spots. But I mean, if I get to know the regs though, you know what? How about you guys let me know what you'd prefer? Because, if I'm trying to build this bankroll up to the best of my abilities, I should probably just play with the regs, get my stats built up, and make my player notes and take advantage of them. But if you want more action and more excitement, then I can just go for it in the fast forward poker. Should be able to win even without maximizing my edge. So this guy's probably opening so many buttons, but being patient. We're being very, very patient. This guy would appear to be a regular, playing on a couple of tables. So, can I do colors on Partypoker? I'll try to figure this out later after the video. As you guys can tell, I'm not a party poker savant. I'm a pretty big noob on party poker. Both call? Hmm. So I'll give up. Patience, patience. Ugh. Ooh, ace high goods. Nice. Hand history? Did it show me what they had? I, I can't figure this out. But we're winning. So, that's what matters. Why? Why would you do that? Well, don't really know what I'm going to get him to fold. That called the flop. That's a one and done there. So, if he actually has the ace or a three, I am not splitting the pot. And I imagine it's hard for him to call a raise on that flop with any other pair. So, I'll just fold. That's the spot where knowing your opponent's tendencies are very helpful. Some people donk bet the flop with nothing. Most people donk bet the flop when they don't have it. Some people donk bet the flop when they do. And then to know how they react when their donk bet gets raised. Or if they keep donking, if you call, or if they shut down. Very helpful things to know. See, I'm donking on table 3. I don't have it. Or table 2. It's a good river. I feel like for 40 cents, it's going to be hard for him to fold, but he did. Nice. I might even have the best hand anyway. Yeah, I'm excited to play some fast forward. Wow, they have heads up, fast forward. That's awesome. That's really cool. Oh, and good news for the people who have requested sit and goes. I will do them as part of my challenge because I think the $5, $10, $20 sit and goes are a great way to build up a new bankroll. The variance isn't too high. The players are usually pretty bad. It's generally not too tough to make it to the money, whether it's the top 2 spots or the top 3 spots. And you get a good payoff when you make it, 3 to 5 times your buy-in. And if you're just consistently making it to the cash, then going for the win from there, you can build it up pretty quick. Remember, that's how I built my bankroll up the first time. Started with $50 and I lost it. But I wasn't playing sit and goes. I was playing fixed limit, hold'em. And the first night, I started out playing 25, 50 cent. I ran good, so I jumped limits. And by the end of it, I was playing 3-6 fixed limit with 20 big bets in my account. What are my odds of succeeding? Not good. So I made another deposit, $50. And my friend showed me the sit and goes. I didn't know they existed. This guy he's playing 3-3. I'll steal your BB, Mr. 3-3. Yeah. Game break. Damn. Alright, let's find another one while I continue my story. That is the greatest name ever. Damn, can't. Hmm. Hopefully we can find our way to this dude's table. His name's Greg Mercier. Like Jason Mercier and Greg Merson put together, you know? Anyone? No? Okay. Um, yeah. So yeah, my buddy told me about the sit and goes. This was on pokerroom.com back when they were one of the originals too. Original on Game Network. So I found the sit and goes and I started playing $5 10-handed sit and goes. And I was doing a pretty good job of making it into the top three. So I started two-tabling them. The strategy back then was very simple. You just play tight early, wait till you're like 5, 6-handed, and the blinds have gone up. Start playing aggressively, take advantage of your image of being tight to steal the blinds, which are worth a lot at this point. Then have enough to just kind of fight it out on the bubble. But don't try to take too many gambles because in those things, the first goal is to cash. Then the goal is to win. Unlike MTTs, where the goal is always to try to accumulate as many chips as possible to make it to the top three spots. Um, so yeah, was playing two tables of them, and I decided that it made more sense to add more tables than to increase the stakes because I felt that the players were pretty bad at the old $5 sit and goes and that I could handle four tables. So I was four tabling the $5 sit and goes and I got the roll up to 150, at which point I'm just going to trap this loose guy, slow play. He's just going to fold if I 3-bet these queens. Yeah, so I got the roll up to 150, and then I started playing the $10 sit and goes. Same thing, like I would 3-table the fives and 1-table the tens, and then I would 2-table the fives and 2-table the tens. So it was a smooth transition. It wasn't like I went from 4-tabling $5 sit and goes to 4-tabling $10 sit and goes. And yeah, it got to the point where I was 4-tabling $30 sit and goes. And this is all in my first year of college. And then I started taking some shots at the $50 sit and goes. And even the $100 sit and goes. But very, very sporadically. I knew that the $30 sit and goes was kind of the sweet spot. I mean, if you won the 30s, you got paid like 150 because it's a 10 entrant sit and go. And I was making it there pretty consistently. So I got the roll eventually up to 1,000. I gotta go with this hand. Three. Yeah, I got the roll up to 1,000 before I started playing the 50s. And yeah, then I wanted to party that summer, so I cashed it out so I could have some money to play with. That was the first time I ever built the roll. There he is. Greg Mercier. Is that you, Greggy? Are you playing 5 cent, 10 cent on Partypoker? Um, yeah, so, I wanted to party. So, Greg Mercier lost all his money. Oh my God. And then the second year of college, I decided, I was just going to do it all over again. And I transitioned to the short-handed sit and goes because I learned over the summer that they were even easier to cash in than the 10-handed sit and goes were. And even though the payoff wasn't as big if you won, I think they were 5-handed sit and goes. And first got 35 or 70% of the money, and second got 30, which was still a profit. Um, yeah, who's going to check call now? Table one. I'll get my value at some point. So yeah, I transitioned to the short-handed sit and goes and the heads-up sit and goes, and I was able to deposit more because I had more confidence and I just had some money left over. In raise turn, gutter. And yeah, I think for those I think I deposited 200, started with the 20s, um, worked my way up to the 200s playing those. And I would take the occasional shot at the 300s, but I wouldn't touch the 500s. I just felt that at that point, all the players were really good. There wasn't going to be a lot of dead money in those sit and goes. So I stayed away from them. I was confident, but I was responsible. And I went on a lot of tears that year. There was one time when I won 17 heads up sit and goes in a row. And I wasn't even that good, you know. I was just better than the other guys. And that year I took that $200, ran it up to 10K, playing nothing but sit and goes. I might have won one MTT. I'm going to be really careful here on table three, even though I have top top. If he has a flush, I'm drawn stone dead. God, it's going to be hard to fold though. Let's see what his bet size is. Oh, he didn't bet. I probably have him. Maybe he's doing the free showdown play. He's scary, bet small, make it easier for him to call. So yeah, I built that roll up to 10K, and then God, min raise again. Oh, you so have it. You so have it. Such good odds though, I can't fold. At least even with him raising the river, it's still not even a full pot size bet that gets in there. You have nothing. What are you doing? I'm never gonna fold for min. I believe that you have it, but I'm not gonna fold for such a good price. That terrible. Yeah, so I built that roll up to 10K, and then I realized I wanted to, get my eyes fixed. Used to have glasses, so I got the LASIK. That cost a bunch. Same thing when summer came around, I wanted to party. So I spent a bunch, but that's, after building up two rolls to really good amounts starting from really small, I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing and I can do this. So I'm gonna stick with it. But I did go bust that first time from being irresponsible, and I was reading a lot of books and putting in a lot of hard work during that time when I was having a lot of success, which is what kept me ahead of the curve back then. People were obviously bad, worse than they are now because there was less information available. But what separated the good players from the bad players were just the ones who were willing to seek out the information available and take advantage of it. And I was one of those guys. Can't remember a couple of other guys in residence. They were into the poker books, reading the poker websites. Like I think pokertips.org was like the go-to back then. And those were the guys who were winning, like all of the games. Like for me, it got to the point where I would make it heads up in 90% of the sit and goes we'd play in res because I just had so much experience playing online and I knew what I was doing. And I was winning like 70% of those games we played. It got to the point where no one would play with me, so I had to play online. It was my only option. And hopefully you guys can experience the same thing where the guys are just like, dude, you're too fucking good. I don't want to play with you. Let me keep my $5. Let me keep my $10. Well, I remember the first time we played for $20 after Christmas break. And I got my study on over Christmas break. My buddy John showed me some articles on sit and go strategy. That's when everything changed. And after being a bit of a fish, first semester of university, because I was so new to the game. I had literally never played before, and some of these guys have been playing for, months or years. Um, so yeah, I came back. Everyone had their Christmas one. Like, yeah, let's play for 20. And I won that shit. And I bought myself a new pair of shoes. It's the best day ever. Before that we've been playing $5 games. Very rarely we'd play a 10. They wanted to go for 20, and they had no idea what I spent my Christmas break doing. Maybe they'd gone on ski trips or hung out with their friends. I hung out with a couple buddies, but we were playing poker. We were playing lots of poker. So I mean, that's my story of what I started with in poker and what I built from. Nice show, King 10. Um, and then more recently, when I play, I can deposit a larger amount and have a real roll on any site and play the cash games. But in the beginning, my total investment in poker, $100. And since then, the only deposits I've made have been with profits. And I'm very lucky that that's been the case because I think it was from Rounders. They say that everybody goes broke. Everyone in the game goes broke. And I think back in the day when live poker was the only option, that's definitely true because, there's more variance, higher stakes, can't put in as many hands to just realize your long run expectation. But I don't think that's the case anymore. If you're very responsible with your money and treat it like a job and act like a true professional, and obviously play good and do the things you have to do to get good, then you shouldn't have to go bust. You should be able to just build it up and slowly, slowly climb to the top. Now, if you want to make it to the top ASAP, it's possible. You can just take an extremely aggressive bankroll management. I'm told that's what Jose Giramacito did, and he ran well, and he made it up to the top. But when you're taking that approach, there's a very high risk of ruin. So you just gotta acknowledge that. And so if you want to make it to the top and you're gonna challenge all the people at heads up, yeah, there's a good chance you go bust, but if you run good, you'll make it to the top. Um, but then eventually some other kid is going to come along and run good, and that's how it goes. So, ask yourself, do you want to play for the money or do you want to play for the glory? And I'm not I'm not saying that you should be picking for the money. You know, you're in this game for whatever reason you want to be in this game. I have my reasons, you have yours. Um, just be honest with yourself about what they are, and then cater your decisions to that. I call this the rookie hand. Table four, king jack, especially offsuit. I mean, I would have called if it was suited, but it's just the reverse implied odds with this hand are really bad. You're way more likely to win a small pot and lose a big pot than you are to win a big pot versus losing a small pot. So I don't like it. Like, obviously, if I see that flop, I'm check calling. And then what? If he keeps betting, hope he's bluffing. Hope that he has like Jack Queen, the one hand that we beat. I don't know. It just makes for a very tough situation for sure. Every decision you make in this game, on and off the table, should have some reasoning behind it. And unless you know what you're really hoping to get out of the game, it's hard to always make decisions that work towards the ultimate goal, whatever it is. So think about it. Honestly, take a bunch of time and think about what you really want out of poker. Write it down. Maybe put it on a post-it note on your computer screen so you can see it every day. And anytime you come to a tough spot, on or off the table, look at your note. Remember what the ultimate goal is. And you'll probably end up making really good decisions. What are you check raising? Only because I've seen him shut down before after check raising. If I didn't think that was very likely and that he was just going to like blast off, there's no point in calling the check raise unless I'm willing to call down all the way. But I've seen him do some funky raises and then just not continue with the aggression. So I was okay with calling there. 324. So I lose to the overpair, I lose to the 9, I lose to the 6. I beat the overcards and the spades. I have two blockers to the straights. I hmm, I don't know that he would be value betting an overpair. And I don't think he'd be check raising a 9, so I hope he's bluffing. Aces. Nice play, bro. Nice play. Got me. That's what I was worried about on the flop. And if he'd bet the turn, I would have folded. But he kept me in there. Nice feedback. I mean, yeah. End of the day, I should have just folded to the flop check raise because he's way more likely to be doing that with an overpair than he is with like overcards and a flush draw. He would probably just continuation bet that hand. And I think he's probably not check raising total air. He's probably again just betting with that. Um, it's okay. Would you fold ace high if I bet? It's worth a shot. Nope. Not folding ace high. I wonder how many player points I get for this. Because I did see that Party Poker has a good point store. You can trade in your points for cash, points for bonuses. So I'm going to hopefully get enough points to get some sort of bonus that I can then grind out and really, kickstart this bankroll building project. not. I forget if this guy posted or if he just limped. I feel like he's new at the game, so he probably posted. Wide range. Um, and if people spaz out on their posting hand, and you have a reasonably good hand, you should be more inclined to go with it than to lay it down because, I mean, if someone's on their first hand and they posted out of position, they're probably not a professional. Um, there's a good chance that they're just going to rip it in there with anything. Action junkies, right? It's, they post out of position like, dude, I just want to get in the game. I want some action. Those guys tend to be people who like to bluff a lot as well. Somewhat light open on the table one, but players seem to be fairly nitty. So hopefully I can just run them over on the right boards. Did you hit, bro? You catch a piece? I did. So I'll bet the turn for value on table one. And if I get raised, I'll be disappointed. Yeah. Well, I'm drawing dead against a straight, which is the obvious draw they got there. I'm also drawing dead against a set, and I have pretty poor equity against top two. So, unless he has some sort of heart draw he's semi-bluffing with, I'm dead there. So that's a spot where just top pair, just let it go. Let it go. Ace-8 suited, trying to get me in trouble. No thanks. And it's very important to be able to lay down top pairs in situations like that where your opponent just really likely has you in bad shape. Because if I had him beat, he probably just would have called. But when he raises, that's a problem. All right, but I got position. I got two big cards. You're not winning this hand. Call. Bet. Call. Bet. Call. Bet. Call. Bet. Oh, you check. Hmm. Blast. Semi bluff. Could be for value. Unlikely, because it's hard for him to call with the worst hand. But he can call with the 9-8, I guess. Also, just want to charge him if he has some sort of draw or hand that has outs or equity against my hand. I don't want to just let him see a river for free. Unless I think that checking back might induce a bluff from him. Then it's okay. But if I don't think that's the case, then no point. There's no sense in giving someone a free card if you can't get any positive expectation from it. Okay, so this guy's 3-betting me again. And this time I have a slightly better hand. In terms of flopability, I think King Queen's better than Ace-8 suited. Some may argue otherwise, for sure. But totally missed. So let it go. I'm just going to do one more orbit because I think we've been running for a good amount of time here. One more orbit on this table. No, I don't want to click auto post. And something I strongly encourage is playing out the full orbit. If you've posted the blind or the small blind, if you posted both blinds You've paid for, a full six hands, so you might as well get them. There's no sense in paying a big blind and then just quitting. You paid six times what you normally pay for a hand. It doesn't make sense. If you're really tilted though, and you're afraid that, you're gonna spew off hard if you play like one more orbit, that's one time when it's fine to just like close all the tables instantly because your expectation of missing those hands is less negative than the value you lose from not seeing them. Damn, missed. Yeah, can't beat an ace. Doubt you fold it. And I bet pretty small on the turn there because I didn't think he was going to fold an ace to almost any bet other than maybe full pot. And that way I was laying myself a better price on my flush draw. I was giving myself better odds to make my hand. I also thought it was very unlikely he was going to raise me. So I was kind of in full control there. Jeej, table two. Jeej. Nice. Got another congratulations. Did anyone keep track of how many congratulations messages I actually got? I also got one when I dragged a table off screen, so add that to the count. Well, this player is playing a lot of hands. 83-67. Against him, Queen 10 is ahead of a lot of stuff that he's playing. So, against him I'll call even though it's a 5x raise. Against some other people, it would definitely fold. Definitely fold. Okay, I'm just gonna check back call river slash check back bet river. I don't know, even though like he's opening wide, that doesn't automatically mean he's just gonna check call three streets with a worse hand than this. So I'm just gonna go for two streets. 140 seems good. Damn. One more congratulatory message. Hashtag I needed it. Damn. I mean, alright. I'll speculate. This guy is definitely the mark at the table. So I want to play as many hands with him as possible. And I flop the nuts. A super nut nuts. I'm just gonna semi-bluff get this in. Raise to his size that will have pot size bet on the turn, so if he has a weak ace, he might call flop and then fold turn. Pretty unlikely, but at least I give myself the best chance of that being successful. And Yeah, I mean, gut shot and flush draw, a lot of outs. I have pretty good equity on the flop, so put the pedal to the metal, and we got him. So nice when a plan comes together. All right. So that concludes first session in my bankroll building challenge. The good news is we had fun. The bad news is I lost $2.25. Hopefully I can both run better and play better next time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave me your feedback. I am going to go play the $1,000,000 free roll on stars for Supernova Plus, because you know I got my red stars. Hopefully I can win that 100,000. It's cool value tourney. Stars takes care of their big players, but you gotta be a poker star before you start playing on Poker Stars if you want to get the most out of your experience there. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna get going. This has been Evan for Grips.com. Now it's your turn. Go out there and get stacking.